Here we're going to talk about simplifying square roots. So if there are numbers that we can't take the square root of, right? None of these are perfect squares. Does that mean there's nothing we can do with them? Well, it's not considered simplified until you get out all the factors. So I might be able to not take the square root of 75, but 75 might have a number that is a factor of it that I can take the square root of. So then I kind of brainstorm factors of 75, and there's not too many of them, but can I think of any perfect squares go into 75? So 4 doesn't go into 75, 9 doesn't go into 75, 16 doesn't go into 75, so we're just going down our list of perfect squares. 25 might go into 75, and so I can rewrite this as the same thing as square root of 25 times square root of 3, since 25 times 3 gives you 75. So I couldn't take the square root of the whole number, but there is a piece of it I can take the square root of. So what's the square root of 25 is 5. And you can also go back in on your calculator, even though you can't use the decimal answer it will give you, you can type in this and this and make sure that they're the same number. Because if you're simplifying, you shouldn't be changing the value, you're just rewriting it in a better, slightly more simple looking way. So square root of 32. Does 4 go into 32? It does. But maybe I want to keep checking, because if you don't get the highest one, you can end up having to do this process twice. So let's make sure a bigger square root doesn't go into 32. So 4 does, 9 doesn't, but it looks like 16 also goes into 32. So if we would have jumped and went at 4 right away, we'd end up having to do this twice, which you'll still get the right answer, but if you can get the biggest perfect square factor, it will save you time. So 16 times 2 gives us 32. So I can't take the square root of the whole thing, but I can take the square root of 16, which is 4. So this says 4 times the square root of 2. So how about 12? So does 4 go into 12? Yes. Does 9? No. And then I can't go any bigger than that, because then I have numbers that are bigger than 12. So in this one I know 4 is the biggest factor. And 4 times 3 gives us 12. So I can split up square root of 12 into square root of 4 times square root of 3. Can't take the square root of the whole thing, but the square root of 4 is 2. So 2 times the square root of 3 should be exactly equal to square root of 12. That's just considered simplified then.